With her neck still swollen and throbbing with pain, Lucy leaped out of bed and sprinted to the hospital. She didn't bother to shower. She didn't brush her teeth. Pure, unadulterated fear propelled her forward. On the street, people stared, their eyes wide with a mix of curiosity and shock. But Lucy didn't care. She just needed to get help. At the hospital, a team of doctors swarmed around her, their faces etched with concern. They examined her body from head to toe, running a battery of tests. Blood tests, scans, everything you can imagine. After what felt like an eternity, one doctor approached her, slowly shaking his head. "We can't find anything wrong with you," he said, his voice gentle but firm. Lucy was stunned. How could this be? The swelling was real. The pain was excruciating. They gave her some pills, suggesting they might help, and sent her home. Lucy clutched the bottle of pills like a lifeline. Back in her apartment, she swallowed them with a desperate surge of hope. But instead of relief, the opposite happened. Her neck swelled even more, becoming grotesquely large. The pain intensified, and each breath became a struggle, a shallow, ragged gasp for air. It wasn't long before her neighbors started to avoid her. When she dared to step outside, they would stop and whisper, their words like tiny daggers. "Did you see her neck? Something is terribly wrong with her." The whispers became too much to bear. To Lucy, once so proud and confident, retreated into the shadows of her own home. She stopped going out completely, becoming a prisoner in her own apartment. Days bled into one another. The silence in her home was deafening. No one visited, no friends, no relatives. Not even Dave, the same Dave she used to boast about to anyone who would listen. Desperate for a familiar voice, Lucy called him again and again, but her calls went straight to voicemail. She sent a barrage of messages, her thumbs trembling as she typed. "Dave, where are you? I'm sick. I need you." But there was no reply, just a cold digital silence. Her heart, already heavy with fear, shattered into a million pieces. What Lucy couldn't possibly know was the terrifying truth about the man she thought she loved. Dave was not the successful businessman he pretended to be. He was a human ritualist. He used expensive, glittering gifts to lure and trap young, ambitious women, sacrificing their essence for his own gain. This dark pact was how he had clawed his way up from being a poor, unknown mechanic to one of the richest, most admired young men in all of Lagos. That very night, as Lucy lay suffering, Dave stood in the chilling darkness of a secret coven. Flickering candles cast long dancing shadows on the walls, and the floor was stained with the grim evidence of past rituals. Before him sat the Queen Goddess, a terrifying entity with eyes that burned like red-hot coals. Her voice echoed in the chamber, cold and merciless. "You have enjoyed enough of my power," she hissed. "Now bring me Lucy's heart, or you will be the next to die." Dave trembled, his entire body shaking with a fear he had never known. Back in Lucy's apartment, she was growing weaker by the second. She lay on her bed, her body frail. Her neck was now monstrously huge, and she could barely breathe or move. Hot tears streamed down her face, tracing paths through the despair etched on her features. She was alone, forgotten, and dying. Suddenly, she heard a sound. Her apartment door creaked open. With immense effort, Lucy turned her head, her eyes widened. "Dave," she whispered, her voice barely a rasp. A flicker of joy, pure and radiant, lit up her face. "You came," she said weakly, a fragile smile gracing her lips. He was here. He hadn't abandoned her after all. Dave said nothing. He walked silently, purposefully, straight to her bed. Lucy felt a wave of relief wash over her, completely oblivious to the wicked intent churning in his heart. He stood over her, his shadow falling across her weakened form. As he leaned in close, his hand slowly, deliberately moved into his pocket, just as his fingers closed around the cold, hard metal of a penknife. To be continued. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. You won't believe it.